Good morning. Woodside tram stop is just behind me there, and over there is the old Woodside railway station as the tram uses the old alignment of an old railway line here, which is what we're looking at today in episode 1 of London's Lost Railways. The Woodside and South Croydon joint railway opened in 1885 to link two existing railways together in southeast London, but it closed in 1916 due to lack of passengers. The line, though, was subsequently electrified and reopened in 1935. It survived for many years, even through the Beeching Acts in the 1960s, but eventually closed for good in 1983, with another nearby branch to Addiscombe station closing in 1997. Much of the line was reused by Croydon's tramlink network, as we'll see as we explore what you can see today. This is the old Woodside railway station building on Spring Lane, and when the Croydon tram network was built, it used a lot of the alignments of old railways in this area, and Woodside tram stop was built in almost, but not quite, the same place as the old Woodside railway station. At the next tram stop down the line, that's Black Horse Lane, is the location of where the line used to split, and there was a small branch down to Addiscombe station. That closed as recently as 1997, but the path of the railway now has been turned into Addiscombe Railway Park, a walk through some lovely parkland area which has community gardens too. At the point that you cross over at Dalmally Passage, there's even some old railway track and a sign on what may just be some sleepers to remind you that there was once a railway line here. You carry on down the path, through this alley, and you get to the location of where Addiscombe station used to be, now all demolished with housing taking its place. But hang on, there is this long wall which suspiciously looks like a retaining wall of a railway station. Out on the main road, no clues exist at all, but this is where the frontage of the station would have been. Next up we get to Bingham Road, and here the railway line is very much being reused by the Croydon trams. Bingham Road station was just to the south of where Addiscombe tram stop now is, and the only evidence that you can see perhaps is the remains of this wall that looks like it would have been part of a staircase that took you up to the platforms which were above street level. Coombe Lane station was next on the line, and until this point tram has been using the old alignment, but now it curves sharply to the east and heads towards Lloyd Park. The old station was completely demolished with a whole street and housing development called Larkham Close taking its place where the station used to be. There's two things to see though. This red wall would have been part of the bridge taking the railway over the road, and this short stubby road leading to a brick wall is the old entrance road which would have led you up to the station. But the jewel in the crown on this line is the next stop, or rather Halt, the location of Spencer Road Halt, a place perhaps that only the locals know is here. Yeah, if you are local then obviously you know about it, otherwise tucked away down this side road, down this side path, the location of the old station and the footbridge still here. And if you look down you can see the undergrowth coming up through the old tracks. And you might find it surprising that this footbridge is still maintained by Network Rail, as it's recently been refurbished, which you can see if you compare to how it looks now as to how it looked 5 years ago. Around the corner from Spencer Road you get to Croham Road, and here the line goes high above the road on this bridge. And as you can't get up there to see it, an alternative is to pretend you have a drone by zooming in on Google Earth and getting a closer view that way. And now we're getting close to the point where the line merges with other railways down at Selsdon. There's a footbridge off of Daunton Road which again lets you see down onto the old rusty railway tracks. But for the finale, head up Birch End Close, past the new build of houses, and you'll find the location of Selsdon Railway Station. So if you come here to this car park and walk right to the end, it's fabulous. You can see on this side, that's the track and the platforms that headed up to Woodside, the branch that we've just walked, and the abandoned Selsdon platforms there. It was in two parts, and on that side, the line is still active, but you've got the abandoned platforms of that side of Selsdon Station. The track at the junction is still here because of an old oil depot and siding, which is now also abandoned, but note how the colour shunt signal remains in place. And finally, just a quick look at the map again to reveal just how much of the railway in this area was used when the tram network was built. So that's the southern service heading south towards East Grinstead. That brings us to the end of Lost Railways episode 1 here at Selsdon. Give us a like, press subscribe. There's a playlist as well where you can watch all the videos in this series. Thanks for watching.